Lexton landscape is very diverse in its origins. Like much of Australia, it's dominated by the ancient sedimentary soils which were laid down some 450 million years ago under the seas which then covered the continent. That weight of water left layers and layers of thin, soft rock sitting flat in the landscape. As the millions of years have moved through, this rock has been eroded and shaped into the low, rolling hills which characterise much of our land, with its thin, highly erodible and not particularly fertile soil covering it. In the sedimentary hills, our major ranges have been caused by the intrusion of granite rock, an extremely hard and solid rock which was originally magma or molten in form and never made its way to the then surface of the earth. This magma has pushed through the sedimentary rock at places like Ben More and the Ben Major ranges, baking hard the layers of sedimentary rock around it and turning them from horizontal to vertical as it's pushed its way through the Earth's surface. Significant granite outcrops are easily seen in our landscape. Granite Hill, Mount Misery, behind Awabra Township and Mount Bolton are all clear examples of this once molten rock set in a hard and impermeable manner. To have formed below the Earth's surface at that time, some 350 million years ago, meant that the land was some 500 to 1,000 metres higher than it is today. While it's hard to imagine that, it underscores the dynamic nature of our landscape over these longer time frames. Fast forward now to some 1.5 to 1.8 million years ago, and you will see that we have a landscape of granite outcrops pushed up through a gently undulating series of low rolling sedimentary hills and lowlands. Enter now the volcanic activity that did make its way to the surface. Originating to our south and east, it worked its way across the landscape, creating a thin veneer of molten rock flowing across the Ercildown, Glenbrae, Warborough, Burnbank and as far north as Lillica on the group's eastern side. Only a few hundred metres thick, the volcanic magma flowed along old riverbeds around the more prominent sedimentary and granite hills and gave the landscape new definition and shape. The volcanic vents which released this magma now dominated the landscape, releasing rock at Coyne Hill and Mount Mitchell and from many other smaller hills in between. So how does one farm such a diverse landscape? Soils, like people, get more fragile the older they get. Therefore our newest volcanic soils are both our best in fertility and stability. Where the granite and the volcanic have mixed, like around the Ercildown homestead, you have a fertile and free-draining soil that is the ideal balance of clay and sand. For the rest, that with a granite or sedimentary base, you need good practices to farm this well, to minimise erosion and to build fertility over time. Our farmers are now very adept at this, but it has been a steep curve of learning over the last 170 years.